here today? I hope you're like a little bit excited. It's supposed to be Thanksgiving, and I think of all the people that live in the world. Maybe being a Christian, probably, I don't know, maybe the most thankful kind of people that there are. Right?
Right.
That's what, I guess, kind of my thought. When I looked through, I think it was Colossians this last week, something just came to my mind because he said, the title of my message today was going to be called The Grateful Dead. And I don't know if you guys ever heard of that group before.
Of course.
The Grateful Dead, right? Kind of hippie-ish kind of stuff, right? You listen to Grateful Dead?
Real hippie.
Good band. And I was just thinking about that theme, but it didn't work for me. What I was talking about, but what I found interesting out of it, and I figured I'd use it at some point, not sure, but it says that you were dead in your transgressions, and you were dead in your sins, and you were dead and you walked according to the ways of the world, according to the ways of Satan, and according to just everything that's contrary to God. And I just found myself really thankful. Because he says that's what you formerly were. And sometimes you can be living this Christian experience or whatever else and kind of forget where you came from. And you have so much to say and so much to do, and then, but in the end, I think Romans 3 says that everyone is shut up, and really everyone should just shut up, because no one has anything to say. No one did anything right. No one had anything to offer. No one even searched after God. And I'm like, wow. And instead of feeling down about it, I was kind of excited and really thankful that he brought me from that completely contrary and an enemy to him to one when I sit to listen to music or I open up the Word, I get really excited. And I find myself really thankful today. I don't know what you get thankful about, but right now I'm really thankful that I was completely lost and completely destitute and in fat trouble. And everything I did went wrong. And he made a change for me. And that's like huge. And so, I don't know. It's interesting when we get to heaven, we all take our crowns off and we throw them at his feet and we say, just and true are your ways, O King of the saints, and you are worthy, and all these things. We have a hard time doing it here. Maybe it's culture. Maybe it's forgetting. I think of those 10 lepers who came to Jesus, and they're like, could you please heal us? And he's like, sure, be glad to. And he heals them, and they all walk away. But one decides to come back, right? One comes back in the story and says, I'm going to be thankful, and thank you so much. And Jesus is like, well, where are the other ones? When you are forgiven for a lot, you're really grateful for a lot. When God does a lot for you, you can't help but be convicted and passionate about Him and His things. It's just easy to not be that way. So, before I pray, I want to tell you my story about the craziest thing for Thanksgiving, because it has everything to do with this. I was about 10, Grace's age, and about a month before, the parents, they got a goose. A month before Thanksgiving, they got this goose. And we fed this thing, and it was kind of big already. But we were fattening it up and stuff. I didn't know that. It was a family pet. Okay? And so this goose is running around the yard. We're having fun. Hey, we have a goose. It's a pet. It's fun. And it's Thanksgiving morning, and they go outside, and my stepdad and his friends, they go out there, and they just take the goose, and they hold his head down, and we're looking at him, like, what are you doing? And they chop his head off. And the goose was like, whoa. And that's the first, you've heard about like a chicken with his head cut off, but that was the goose. And I was like, it was traumatic. This is Thanksgiving. I'm supposed to be thankful for this. I'm surprised I didn't become a vegetarian. Right? Something like that. If my daughter would see something like she wouldn't be a chicketarian anymore. She wouldn't, she wouldn't do any kind of fowl or anything like that. So that was my craziest experience. I don't know what yours was.
Did you eat the goose?
Did we eat it?
Did you?
Well, of course I ate it. That was our crazy experience. So, I have a question. Well, let me pray first, and then I'll ask you my question, all right? So, Father in heaven, I don't have anything to offer this morning, really. In the end, I have nothing to say. But I'm sure that you're here with us, and you brought each person here on purpose for a specific reason. Maybe it was to hear some songs that we just sang, or just to be with family, or get a hug, or hear what I might have to say. And whatever it might be, I trust that you're here with us. You're here with us, and that's the most important thing. So thanks for being here, God. And as we look through your word, I'd ask that it would be alive. It wouldn't just be some information that we take and go, okay, I forgot until next Thanksgiving. But it would truly change us. And then I pray and ask. Amen. So, Thanksgiving is the time.